What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for joining me, Todd McFarland, tonight for the IHSEA second podcast. Not too much to talk about tonight. Just kind of answering questions, going over some stuff. Nothing major to announce, but I'm here to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, please let us know. We'll talk about a couple things here. Our guest fell through tonight. It was timing was kind of iffy. Ended up not working out. I'll just make sure I haven't gotten any messages. Hey, Rogue Leader. I'm also dying because it's like 80. It says it's 80 degrees in my house, but it feels like it's 85 degrees. So, yeah, our guest fell through, so we'll end up chatting for a little bit, probably half an hour or so, not stay on too long, because I do want to get to bed at a decent hour tonight. But thanks for being here with me tonight. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to shout them out in chat. Give us an @IHSEA, just so I don't miss it. Rogue Leader probably also help me answer questions in here if there is anything, and help me moderate. But thanks for being here tonight, guys. First thing I wanted to talk about was the emerging the IHSA emerging activities list. We went from 30, I think we had like 36 last week. Now we're near 50. Let me get a count here. Exactly. Oh, here's the link. If you don't see your school on here, make sure you talk to your talk to your sponsor, talk to your athletic director, and let them know to get on that list. Excuse me. Let me see how many we have here on this list. This one. We're up to 65 schools now. So 65 schools. So just from last week, we're at 30 or 40, I believe. We're up to 65. So almost at that elusive 80 schools. We need 15 more. If your school is not on that list, let's get on that list. Lots of schools that I know are interested that are not on there. I can just go through our Discord and see them all. Let's see who else. I mean, they're all out of order. That's going to be the issue. But yeah, lots of schools that are not on there. I'm going to have to start messaging them, you guys individually, so that we can get everyone on there as quick as possible. 15 more schools, and they will notice us and recognize us. Axe Rewind. Yeah, the sign up is on there, and the rules are in that sign up form. Let me get you that link as well, so that way you have it. What am I looking for? Our profile page. And copy. Paste. There's the Google Doc for the Rocket League registration. And then the link is right at the top. So you should be able to see it. If not, let us know. We can also link it straight to you. We're in the process of updating our website, so it's probably going to be down and not updated for a little while. We just got someone to help us out with some of that, so we're working on that, but probably won't happen for another month or two. So just be patient with us. We will get it taken care of. But while we do that, how many signups do we have? All right, looks like we got 6 schools so far, but I believe there's going to be more joining. We'll have to plug that a little bit more in our Discord. We'll make a couple more at everyone's to remind them about that, to find out if they want to join before it's too late. Because there's a lot of stuff going on, so make sure people don't miss that. When is the official start date for that, Rogue Leader? October 2nd, 4th. I think the deadline's the 4th, and you want to start the next week, correct? First match October 9th and 10th. Okay. So first match October 9th and 10th. So Wednesday, Thursday, and then deadline is the 4th. Yep, I was right. Again, thank you guys for being here. The few that are here. Just going to be talking, answering some questions. Again, the IHSA Emerging Activities list. Talk to your sponsor about getting on that list. We added quite a few schools since last week even. 15 away from hitting that 80 so that they recognize us as very interested in esports. Kind of important. We get the Rocket League tournament coming up. Super important. Again, we're also looking for interns. We'll have a new registration page for our Discord soon. Lots of stuff coming down. Not too much to talk about specifically this week in High School Esports. I think, NASEF's Overwatch Scholastic League is starting. Deadlines for rosters, I think, are tomorrow. I think I just got an email about them due tomorrow. We're going to be playing in the play-in one, not so competitive. Just because our first meeting for school isn't until Friday this week. So in 2 days is our first meeting, which is crazy considering you guys have already been in school for so long, and this is our third week of school. So yeah, roster due tomorrow, but they do have another Overwatch community play-in tournament. That's for that starts in. That deadline is October 3rd. So that's the one we're going to participate in. It's a community play-in tournament. And it's kind of the same thing. Put your teams together, get them ready, and then IHSEA, we will run a league in starting in probably January, February, when we get everything situated. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting tired already. I think next week we're going to talk about building a team and tryouts and things like that. And then working with your club. A lot of new sponsors are asking about having how to deal with community, like club social gaming versus how to deal with competitive gaming. I think that's something we definitely can look into next week. And then I'll have one of our staff members on also to talk about it. And then I might also have someone on to talk about Fortnite that we're starting this year, to go a little more in depth, either next week or the week after. Possibly also want to have a coach or two on from collegiate, and then some of our other coaches from around the league here that are running stuff to tell you about what they're doing in their clubs. So we'll put announcements when we're looking for guests in the chat, possibly even some students. If something perks our interest, that we might want to interview a student on here too. Oh, excuse me. I am so tired. Yeah, so just let me know any questions. I'll be here hanging out with you guys next half an hour. Like I said, not much to talk about. Our guest canceled on us. So I was hoping to use him to fill up a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, what? Interesting. Mm-hmm. My week's been pretty crazy. I've been under the weather Monday and Tuesday so far, so I literally have been coming home, sitting on the couch, trying to take a nap before before my wife gets home, and then making dinner, and then literally passing out at like 7 o'clock. So that's probably why I'm so tired. Is the past 3 days I've been sleeping by 7 o'clock, and sleeping all the way until I wake up at 4 or 4:30. But finally getting back in the routine of school, getting stuff graded finally. Like I said, we're only 3 weeks in, so we still have 7 weeks until first quarter is over. How many schools are participating for Overwatch? Megatron, last year we had, I want to say 15? Or was that so many? Last year we had, was it 13? I know it was an odd number. Yeah, 13 schools. We had a couple more teams that wanted to get in, but it was after the fact. We're hoping that number is up to 20 this year. A lot more schools seem to want to run Overwatch as their shooter. So we're hoping that we get a bunch more Overwatch teams this year. And we're kind of setting it up this year so that they can get started now and then be ready for the fall. So it will be pretty interesting to see how many more schools we have. I think it'll be a really good idea to try and get them all set up so we can get as many teams in as possible. I think Overwatch is going to be the one safe shooter to play for the state, and not have to worry too much about the violence and things like that. We've had pretty good response from everything so far, so we're really hoping we get at least 20 to 25 in for this year. We like to have at least 2 divisions, a North and a South. And then for League, we're hoping to have quite a bit. I think Fortnite, we're going to have a ridiculous amount of teams. And schools. So I think this year's going to be a giant year. We're going to be so busy. That's why we're redoing the website. Also working on redoing the Discord. So it's a little more manageable. Last year we had lots of issues. Once we get set up, we're going to be going to actually a real name Discord. So it'll be first name and last initial, so that everyone is accountable for what they say and do. So I think that'll be a little better. So. But yeah, no, my school's going pretty good. I'm excited for club. I've been having random kids come up to me, ask me about, when club meeting is this week. We're trying to do 6 teams this year. Rocket League, Fortnite, Overwatch, League of Legends, NBA 2K, and there's one more. Thanks, see you later. There's one more, and I can't remember what it was, but I believe it was 6 teams. Oh, Smash Brothers. Yeah, so I have 6 teams this year. Probably front a 60-man full esports team. Thank you. I know lots of Turkish people. One of my best friends is getting married this weekend to my uncle, and she is Turkish. Small world. Axe Rewind, the games that we'll add, they have to be rated teen or below. To add a mature game, it will be really rough. It'd be really rough to add a mature game and have to warrant of why it would be. We all understand that as gamers, that mature rating games aren't just, that Siege isn't about just shooting, that it's not about just killing people or, throwing grenades or hostages, but the rest of the world hasn't caught up to what we know as competitive esports. So we get a lot of requests for Siege, we get a lot of requests for CSGO, and I think those are great games to play for esports, but at the high school level, it is borderline inappropriate. We have quite a few freshmen, and if their parents don't know about it, being subjected to seeing Siege and being around it, that might not help them. So we get lots of people asking for, especially CSGO. And basically every school says, how do you run a CSGO league? And I think it's really hard. I think you just have to, if you're going to do CSGO inside your school, you just have to make sure that everything and everyone is okay with it, parents included, not just kids participating in the league, but kids that are around it. Because some parents, they're very on top of what goes on with their kids, and they don't want them subjected to like Grand Theft Auto and the mature rated games. So but yeah, Siege and CSGO and Apex is a possibility. We're still waiting to see what goes on with the Apex community. It kind of jumped up there a lot and then just took a big hit. Like, as far as right now, like, not that many people are playing Apex that I know. So, but there definitely are leagues like IHSEA who run Siege and CSGO, I believe, and they seem to be pretty popular with it. So different practices for different games. We're trying a new thing out this year. We're probably gonna have like a console and PC practice at the same time. So we will have, I think we're gonna do like League of Legends and NBA 2K, or League of Legends and Smash at the same time. That way we get people utilize our whole area because we have some set up for consoles. And then I think for like NBA 2K and Smash in the beginning, we're just going to run like tournament after tournament and let's start, basically tryouts and say, depending on where you place in these tournaments could affect your rating on the team and if you're going to make it or not. We have a pretty big Smash community at our school, and we also have a really big 2K following at our school. I think we could probably form a 5-man 2K team if we wanted to, at least maybe 2 of them, depending on what it was. That was one of the more popular games last year for our club. But yeah, we're going to run combo practices and see how it is. We're trying to get also more coaches involved, trying to get more former students involved so that they can help out with some of the stuff that we're doing. I think it's really important to get your alumni involved in it so that they can participate, get them to be volunteer coaches, and then when this actually kicks off, they can actually be real coaches. And then also getting like current students to join in the fray. Have them, the ones that maybe want to coach or maybe might not make the team, but definitely know the stuff, is have them run practices. But it's kind of depending on your level of participation. Like, do you have the people, the staff, quote unquote, the staff to run a practice and know what that looks like? Or are you going to have to just practice by playing other teams or practice by playing games together? I think a lot of it's team building. I think a lot of it's communication. I think is more important than anything is that team building and communication, so that you can, that's one thing that our kids lack when they play games, is they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to work as a team. For licensing for Overwatch, as of right now, we don't have any licensing codes for the schools. You have to own it on PC in order to play it. So your players need to own the copy of the game on PC. I usually suggest buying some copies when it goes on sale. It usually goes on sale like 50, sometimes 75% off. And that's an easy way to grab some codes so that they can download it and play it. The other thing that you could do too is through NASEF, which I was talking about earlier, NASEF. Their tournaments actually give you free copies of the game to use inside school. So if you have a place inside school to play, then you can easily play the game there. As for at home, they would then have to own it on PC until they have some sort of crossplay, which Overwatch does not have yet. Yeah, lucky for you, Rogue Leader. I have a ton. Are you doing Fortnite this year, or are you not doing Fortnite? I think Fortnite's going to be the killer game for most people. Yeah, exactly. It ends up becoming a lot. For Super Smash, we're going to just be running tournament after tournament and then trying different styles and different things to see who are the better players. I think 1 week we'll do like an all random tournament, so they don't every match they have to play a random character, which would involve them having some skill and knowing a lot of different characters in that. For Fortnite, I was talking with Dalton McGahee from Lamphere, who runs the Fortnite league, and also did the commentary for the Overwatch league. He had a kind of a good tryout system, so when I have him on, I'll definitely talk to you about that. But it basically involves 4 players working as a pair of duos, but they're in the same on the same game. So they're joining as a 4 squad, but they're actually just playing duos, and then they're basically trying to see who gets the most kills in a match, and then working it that way as good practice. That way, they're going to be constantly put up against 4-man squads, which will show some skill because the 2 of them will have to communicate in order to defeat the other teams that are full 4-man squads, as well as trying to beat the other 2 men that they're playing against. I think that is a really good way to kind of set up a nice little tournament structure to see who can be the best. Excuse me. Yeah, coaching is the hardest thing if you're trying to be involved. If you don't know the game, it's almost impossible. But that's why I say try to utilize former students. We just put a post up on Facebook from our school's page, and just about to our students about the esports meeting that's coming up this week. Not like it blew up or got crazy, but we had a bunch of former students that were like, "Oh, I wish we had this when we were there. Oh, we should go and check it out and see what we can do." And I want to tell them like, "Hey, we're looking for coaches. If you feel you know how to coach, and you would be a good asset, then come join us." I think, like I said, reaching out to the alumni and seeing if they want to go through and be have them set up as a volunteer coach. Actually, Rogue Leader in the chat is going to be running the Rocket League tournament. So I believe he's doing. It's not going to be straight tournament. I believe it's going to be seasons, kind of like last year's League of Legends and Overwatch. There's going to be weeks. But I think they're going to be set weeks. I think that's what we were talking about. So you're going to know your schedule ahead of time. Oh, yeah, for Rocket League's a little tough because with the threes, you might have to figure out who is going to work together. Obviously, friends are going to be able to communicate better together, but there might be some kids who haven't met each other before that might be able to work together. Yeah, I mean that's a good way too. Yeah, do 1v1s and see some of their stuff that they can do. Yeah, I mean that's a really good way to try and handle who's going to be on the varsity squad compared to the not varsity squad. Is who is doing singles and then duo them up and then mix them up and then mix them up again. Oh, that's a good bump up, Rogue Leader. Listed as silver but plays like a plat. I usually get listed as a diamond and plays like a bronze. As of right now, there's only 2 official ones. My principal at my school was talking to me about having hosting a tournament at our school in the city. So I might try to throw one in sometime in January because he really wants to host an event at our school for esports. So I will talk with the rest of the staff and figure out how it goes. But I might do a tournament in the early part of the winter to try and get something done at ours. Hopefully it'll be Smash. It might be something else, but we're looking more towards Smash. Either Smash or NBA 2K is the idea. I definitely, if I find out any other Smash tournaments, I will let you guys know because I know there's tons of need for ways to do Smash tournaments. I know for sure I'm going to contact our local schools because lots of schools right by us want to play Smash and they want people to compete against. So we might just have them come over one day to play against us. So as of right now, just 2, but I definitely will let you know if we add any more, if anyone adds any for that matter, because I know a lot of schools want to host Smash tournaments. Well, congratulations on being greenlighted. As for running Rocket League, not much that I can do to help you with that. I think Rogue Leader gave some good advice for tryouts before that. But again, like working on more communication and just overall teamwork, I think is more important than actual skill in the game. And then just making sure you pick the right people. Sometimes having a higher level player that's toxic is not the best person to have, but working with someone who is willing to work and learn. Everyone is usually used to playing in their little silo and not playing with other people, and it makes a big difference when you're actually trying to communicate competitively. Back for StarCraft, there is no real high school scene for StarCraft. It is played competitively a little bit, but there's no real tournaments or scene for StarCraft. It's not as popular as it used to be in that spot. Flummox, where are you out of? What school? Or what area of Illinois? Because you'd be surprised at how many things are around you that you might just not know about. I mean, there is always online play, although it's not great. It might do well. Oh yeah, you guys are all the way down there. Uh, I mean, my one thing is I don't know what the area is down there. Like, is there any LAN centers, any gaming spots like that? Any colleges near there? I think that's the I think that's the best way to do it, is try to find other places that have gaming stuff. Obviously, like, we have Ignite in the city, and I know there's like Play Normal in Bloomington Normal, and there's a couple other ones in, I believe, like down by Champaign with all the college kids. But yeah, I mean, the key thing is see if you can find someplace local that's willing to host it, even opening it up to everyone, just to give your players, some people to compete with. Not just saying it's a high school tournament. I mean, maybe even hosting your own, saying, high school or people can come in, former students and whatnot can come in, just so you guys can get some competitive edge and practice with the team. Sometimes you just have to put it on yourself. I mean, that's kind of what we did here with the IHSEA. We weren't waiting for anyone to do anything for us. We were just going to be like, okay, we're doing it because no one else is. And that's where we went from there. Oh, for those that were just asking about League of Legends, it looks like Robert Morris might be. I just looked at it right now and saw that Robert Morris is hosting a free League of Legends tournament this fall. So I haven't contacted them about that yet. I will reach out to them and get some more information for you guys for next week, and then I'll also post it in the Discord. But yeah, it looks like they might be hosting something soon. Hey, crazy syrup guy. I really don't know how streamers read those so fast. I think I just have to start reading all names in every chat I go now. I think we are changing that. We talked about that at our summer meeting. I think we were going to talk again about that this year. We were all leaning towards not letting them compete on both, just because it caused so many headaches last year. It's either that or we have to figure out a better way to keep track of who's on what and who's playing. I think it'll be a little bit better now, since we're all hopefully going to be playing at the same time. It's not going to be as big of a discrepancy. We're still, again, trying to iron out some details for that. So nothing to update yet for those. And I just saw you signed up for the tournament. But that is from last year, so we haven't updated the one for this year, just so you know, if you're looking to sign up for League. Where is Lake Park High School? Oh, okay. That's not too far. I thought it was way out somewhere. Yeah, that's not too bad. I thought it was really far northwest, like by the chain of lakes or something. But you're just straight west. Are you guys a combo school, Lake Park East and West combined, or are you? Yeah. Well, I was just thinking when I saw Lake, like most of like the like Lake Villa and all Gray's Lake and Round Lake, I was thinking that you would be up there somewhere. Yeah, Flummox. I don't know how else. I mean, like I said, maybe if your administration's on board for it, start hosting tournaments weekly at your school and trying to get people involved from around. I mean, you guys have a couple switches, have them just people come in to play, and some people have their own switches, so they'll be playing themselves. So, I see. Okay, so one high school with 2 campuses. That makes sense. All right, well, it's almost 9 o'clock. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to put them in chat. I'm going to wrap up here in about 4 minutes. But definitely follow us on Twitter. Sign up for Rocket League if you have not yet. I have a note here to check out the League of Legends tournament. That's Rob Morris is putting on. I think they just announced it the other day. But definitely next week I'm hoping to have another guest, so it's not so boring. I was going to have Rogue Leader on, but we also have to get some graphic work done, which we don't have yet. Yes, and don't forget to sign up for interns. That is pretty scary. I don't know if someone did that command, but literally the intern form signed up from last year. At the same time you said that. But yeah, if you're looking to intern, help us out with anything. Graphic design work, hint, hint, wink, wink. Also shoutcasters, anything like that. Who was it? Blitzware, if you're looking to help us out with something from Overwatch, maybe we could use you for something, at least for the beginning of the year, and then we'll see from there. Just reach out to us on the Discord, and we'll try to figure something out. But I got 2 minutes. Let me know if you have any last minute questions. Thank you again for being here, everybody. Started off a little small, but we picked up. Sorry for being so tired. I will make sure I get more sleep next time. Hey, thanks, Cookie. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you, Smash related stuff. Like I said, we might try to do a Smash tournament at Steinmetz, and maybe you can help us with organizing that and getting that all set up. Does DePaul have a Smash team? What am I looking for? It's over here. Nice. That's good to hear. I'm glad they have Smash. It's kind of like one of the more popular games. Yeah, definitely. I'll be in touch with anything we do with Smash, especially in the city. Nice. Well, good luck in those. This should be fun. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. As always, I will see you next week. Every week, 8:15. Even though my wife hates it, I will be here. I promise. But check us out 8:15 next week. Bring your questions. And we will get that all taken care of. Thank you guys for stopping by again. Have a good night. See you next week.